Mr. Mahir wanted Kenan to be eliminated as soon as possible. I shot him. I'm sorry for what I've done.
We're so proud of you, Nihal. Please accept this gift from us to encourage your future success.
Thank you, ma'am.
Congratulations.
Wow, that is so totally great.
You're a literary genius.
Wow.
That's terrific.
You're amazing. Nihal!
Oh my God!
What is it? Oh, Nihal, can you hear me? Oh, someone call an ambulance right away.
Go get the nurse! Have her call an ambulance right away! Go on, get going, move it!
He doesn't go to school. Nobody knows what he's doing, but he has a car all of a sudden. And Hande's been hanging out with him a lot. And he's always after her, even during the breaks. She goes to see him, and of course she's always late for class.
I get it.
The worst part is, nobody says good things about this guy. He's into some nasty business, they say. Drinking all the time, and
what?
And they say he's a drug dealer.
Oh my God.
You'll see what I mean in a couple hours.
Hang on, tough guy. Not so fast.
Who the hell are you, man? Get off me! Get out of here! I'll cut her!
Let me go! Oh my God, please let me go!
Shut up! Stop whining.
Let her go. You're not going anywhere.
I can't get away, huh? So what do you think you're gonna do to me, huh? Huh? You idiot.
Let me go, I hate
Shut
you!
up, or I'm gonna stick you, you hear me?
Let her go, I said. I won't tell you again.
I just want to get some information about my student Nihal, who was admitted yesterday. How is she?
According to the initial test results, there may be a serious problem. Honestly, there are some disturbing symptoms.
What kind of symptoms, doctor?
It's not a definite diagnosis yet, but there may be a chance she has leukemia.
Doctor.
There's your daddy, sweetheart.
Oh, my sweetie.
I love you, Daddy.
I love you too. My baby. My baby.
Lately, Funda has been coming home very late.
I didn't know that.
She doesn't even tell me where she's going. She didn't used to be that way. Something's happening to my daughter.
Why don't I try to talk to Funda about it?
I don't know if that'll help at all because she doesn't want to talk. She just escapes from the questions.
May I help you?
I'm Sevgi Haktan. I'm a high school teacher. May I come in?
Of course. Come in, come in. Please.
Mrs. Haktan.
Where's that girl?
The art of Ebru. It's always fascinated me. It seems to me Ebru is like entering a vast, eternal sea of colors.
There are emotions we can't express in words. With this art, we're capturing the holy beauty lying in the background. This is beauty without a beginning and without an ending, opening to eternity, just like the universe.
These are truly beautiful works of art.
We are not the masters of these works of art. It's as if the motifs are trying to tell us something from unknown worlds. There's an unimaginable secret forming on the water. We're only the middlemen, a mirror. The beauty which reflects from a mirror isn't by itself. It's from what is reflected back.
There's an incredibly peaceful atmosphere here.
We can only reach the beautiful end result when we do the things we like to do. To find beauty, we must beautify ourselves first.
What I don't understand is, it's wonderful that you're learning this art, Funda, but why are you hiding it from your mother? She's gotten worried over nothing.
I thought she wouldn't allow me to do this, Mrs. Haktan. My mother wanted me to start ballet classes. She really insisted on that, but I wanted to take Ebru.
Is there any special reason you chose Ebru?
Maybe the emptiness I've been feeling lately. Money, a new car, I've got everything. But it doesn't matter. None of that is enough to make me feel complete.
It's a good choice. The art of Ebru is an expression of the beauty of God's creations. These beautiful creations can bring us peace. I heard the door open.
Funda, Sevgi, won't you come in?
Thank you. Good to see you.
Hello, how are you?
How do you do?
My sister Ijlal.
Nice to meet you.
You too?
I think Funda has something she'd like to tell you, Suzanne. Something to put your mind at ease.
Please, sit down. I was worried about Funda. You know how it is. A mother worries about her daughter.
She looks just fine to me. Everything's all right.
Yes, I thought about it a lot in jail. My daughter, Nesibe, we have to find her.
You can count on me to do my best to help you with this, Lucy.
That man Shahin, if he were still alive, I'm sure we would have found Nesibe by now.
To find Nesibe, the best way is to find out more about Shahin's connections. Shahin is dead, but there must be someone he told about what he did with Nesibe.
You're right. Here's what we'll do. The first thing tomorrow morning, we'll find out whatever we can about Shahin. If I have to, I will search every inch of this city.
I wish Funda had told me about this earlier.
She thought you wouldn't want her to do it and you'd stop her.
If it makes Funda happy, of course she can do it.
Well then, it looks like everything's all right.
Sevgi, thank you. I'm sorry for all the trouble.
Funda is like a daughter to me, like all my students. Her happiness is very important to me. It's getting late. I should be going now.
Mrs. Haktan, can I show you something in my room?
It's pretty late, Funda.
It'll only take a minute. Oh.
See, Sevgi, that's what happens if you let your students do everything they want.
Well then, I guess I don't have any choice, do I?
Okay. Come right this way. Oh, that's okay. I'll get it.
I'm sorry about that.
This is my first Ebru work, Mrs. Haktan.
It's wonderful. I'd like to talk to you more about Ebru sometime. Your work is really beautiful. You have a natural talent for this, Funda.
Thank you. After you.
Let go of me!
You better calm down.
Why don't you shut up?
We told you to pay up yesterday. Looks like you're not taking us seriously.
I don't have any money.
You have no money? Your father owns 2 stores. If you don't have any money, then who does?
Let go of me. Just let go.
We aren't kidding here. Don't make us really hurt you. Come on, give us all of it.
This is all I have.
Your money is our money.
If you ever tell on us, you know what'll happen to you. Don't forget, we can always get you after school.
See you next week.
Dear God, I thank you even for days like these. Everyone who heard about my sickness was sad at first. No one could believe that I got so sick. Once I had the test done at the hospital, I realized how serious my situation was. I don't want anyone to be sad for me, because I'm not sad. I know that, just like happy moments, sad ones come from God too.
Hello, how are you?
Fine, thank you.
Our profession does have some regretful aspects from time to time. Occasionally, we have to be the bearers of bad news. It's unfortunate, but it can't be helped.
I know.
We completed all the tests on Nihal, and as we feared, it is in fact leukemia. There's no doubt about it.
Leukemia? Blood cancer? Is there any hope of her recovering from this, Doctor?
Her condition is in the late stages. We'll start her on chemotherapy. From here on out, we'll work on finding a bone marrow donor, and she'll have a transplant. But I have to be honest with you, her situation is very critical. I just don't want you to get your hopes up.
I understand. Does Nihal know how serious this is?
Oh yes, I've already told her about it. As I said, we'll be treating her with medication and chemotherapy. She'll have to come to the hospital often for treatment. But today, she'll be going home. Nihal is remarkably brave about her condition. She actually smiled when she was told that she had leukemia. That's the first time I've ever seen that kind of a reaction from a patient.
Nihal is an extraordinary young woman. She's always smiling. Not just when she's happy, but even when things don't go her way. Nihal?
Hello, Mrs. Haktan.
It's good to see you, sweetheart. How are you?
I missed you, Mrs. Haktan.
I missed you too.
Did you notice? My window is overlooking beautiful flowers. There are so many flowers in the garden. This is such a beautiful room.
Glad to hear that. I want you to know that I'm always with you, and I'll do whatever it takes to help you get better.
I know that, Mrs. Haktan. I'm also aware of the seriousness of my illness. You know, I'm not even afraid, Mrs. Haktan. I won't cry. I'll only keep smiling. Please, you smile too. Don't cry for me.
Easy money. We need to shake another money tree. You know anyone else in our class we can work on?
Haidar would be perfect.
Good. He'll be next on our list.
Listen, what if Amit decides to tell on us? We could be expelled from school.
Oh, come on, man. They're all scared of us. Don't you worry.
Is everybody here?
We're all here, Mrs. Haktan.
I'm afraid I have some bad news to share with you. It's about Nihal. Unfortunately, her condition is very serious.
What do you mean, Mrs. Haktan? Is Nihal going to be all right, ma'am?
Is something wrong with her?
Nihal has leukemia.
Leukemia? You mean cancer? Is Nihal going to... Is she gonna die, Mrs. Haktan?
Only God can know that for sure. The doctors are doing everything they can for her. Nihal is asking a favor of all of us. She doesn't want any of us to feel sad for her. She wants all of us to smile because she keeps smiling.
We'd like to go visit her.
We don't want to leave our friend alone.
Please, Mrs. Haktan.
She'll be discharged today, and her treatment will continue at home. So we can visit her at home.
I'm thinking about how beautifully God created this world. But this world isn't everything. The most important thing is how meaningful life is while we're all here. For us to try and understand the meaning of life. My illness doesn't scare me. My faith is so strong. What scares me is to disrespect the source of my faith.
Go to sleep and relax a little.
I really don't feel like sleeping right now, Mother.
Nihal, what's wrong with you? Are you going to die?
Sweetie.
That's okay, Mom. She's just wondering. Of course she'll ask. I have leukemia. It's cancer. But I'll keep smiling about it. Please, you do the same, okay?
Mrs. Haktan? When can we get the scores from the tests we took last week?
I'm still grading those papers. You'll have them tomorrow. Amit?
Yes, Mrs. Haktan?
You don't look well. Is something the matter?
No, Mrs. Haktan. I just don't feel well.
Would you like to go see the school nurse?
No, it's okay. I'll be all right.
Human life is more like a flower's life. We're born, we grow. When the time's up, we pass away. I don't know if I should call it the end, because flowers open up all over again. We pass from one life to another. I personally don't like to cry, because life always smiles at us.
We traced Shahin back to this nursing home. He was residing there using a false name. When we got there, he was in the hospital.
If he lived just a minute longer, he could have led us to my daughter. I guess it's God's will.
Unfortunately, Shahin didn't live that long. There must be somebody who knows. There must be someone who he shared his secrets with. That's our starting point, that nursing home.
Yesterday when we shook down Amit for his money, something bothered me. He might tell someone.
But he didn't.
But what if he does?
Hey, you made us wait.
I was in the principal's office.
You didn't tell her anything, did you?
No, I didn't tell her anything. I swear to you.
Good. Did you bring the money?
Yeah. Well, here's half of it. My dad won't give me any more.
Only half?
Tell your daddy you lost the money.
I gotta get the class.
Go on.
Our pool table's gonna be sweet.
Easy money.
Mrs. Haktan, you've got a visitor in the teacher's room.
Okay. Hello, Murat. Nice to see you. How are you?
Hello, Mrs. Haktan. I hope I'm not bothering
It's
you.
no bother. How can I help you? Please, have a seat over here.
Thanks. There's something different about Amit lately. He's been asking me for a lot of money. I give him his weekly allowance, and next day, he comes up with an excuse to get more. I'm really worried about him. What is he doing with all that money? I hope he's not in trouble.
Is he always on time coming home?
He comes right to the store after school. We close up shop together. He's never late. He's always on time.
How about the weekends?
He doesn't got that much. He does his homework. If he goes out, he visits my brother. I always know where he is. But about the money, I don't understand it. What's he doing with all that money?
That does sound strange to me. I'll talk to Amit about it and see what I can find out.
I appreciate it. If he's doing something wrong, I should know about it.
I understand.
Thank you for your time.
Have a good day, Murat.
You too, Miss Haktan.
You're calling him Shahin, but I used to know him as Sabri. He wasn't that talkative. He didn't like to socialize with others.
You shared the same room together for 2 years. Didn't he ever open up to you? Weren't you two ever friends?
He was very strange. Didn't talk much. Didn't like to be asked questions either. He was schizoid. Was also grouchy. He used to get upset with everything. Of course, that was years ago. I don't remember a lot.
Look, everything depends on what you can remember. This is the only way to find my daughter.
Once he got into a fight with someone here.
Was he from the nursing home as well?
No, he was from outside.
Do you remember who that was?
It was a long time ago. It's impossible for me to remember that.
Please try. Look, this is really important. This could help lead us to her.
As I said earlier, I just remember the fight, that's all. A man was visiting him. I don't remember the man. My memory's not that sharp. Getting old. I keep forgetting a lot.
All right, then.
Thanks anyway.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Sorry for disturbing you. Take care.
You too. Hold on a minute. He kept calling him something. Sabri called him brother.
Next week, we'll be having an exam, so I want everyone to study well and be ready.
Mrs. Haktan, can you at least give us a hint of what subject it will be on?
All right, I'll tell you. Every subject.
Every subject?
Amit.
Excuse me.
Yes, Mrs. Haktan?
I heard you've been spending a lot of money lately. You're asking your father for more allowance? As far as I can see, you don't even go anywhere during breaks. Where are you spending all the money?
Well, actually,
Tell me, Amit. If you tell me, I'll be able to help you.
I'm helping some of my friends out, Mrs. Haktan.
I see. So you're helping your friends who don't have money, is that right?
Yes, ma'am. That's right.
Then You should tell your father so he won't worry about all the money you're spending. He's worried that you may have gotten yourself into some kind of trouble.
I'll talk to him, Mrs. Haktan.
It's a wonderful thing to help your friends, Amit. I'm proud of you. But while you're helping your friends, you shouldn't let your family worry about you. Try not to offer more help than you can afford. Don't overdo it. And don't let your helping others create trouble between you and your family, Amit. Is that clear?
I understand, ma'am.
What do you mean there's no money? What did we tell you last week? Huh?
Looks like you aren't taking our demands seriously.
I haven't been given my allowance for the last 2 weeks.
Don't lie to us or you'll get it.
Enough's enough. Why do I have to give you my allowance? Oh!
That's why.
Sabri told us that he was all alone. He had no one. So there was nobody to pay us on his behalf. Yes, that's all clear in the file. Our records show he had no next of kin whatsoever.
Someone we spoke with mentioned that he had an older brother. At least someone who Sabri addressed as brother. He came to visit him here.
Yes, I remember. I remember someone like that.
Do you have him in your records?
That man, I don't remember his name, but he told us he was Sabri's stepbrother, and he made a small donation to our organization. The receipt should be here somewhere. Here it is. Ragab Guk. That's it. There's also an address here. Work address.
May I have that work address, please?
It looks like it's for a wood shop.
Is there any news from Haidar?
Not yet, Mrs. Haktan.
He was in class earlier, but later he didn't show up. Haidar never misses class.
Mrs. Haktan.
What is it?
Look.
I'm gonna go talk to him.
Okay.
Haidar? What happened to you?
Nothing, Mrs. Haktan.
Well, now I know why you missed your class today.
Please, Mrs. Haktan.
Tell me, what happened to you?
It was just an accident.
Haidar, you're hiding something, and I have to know what it is.
I told you, ma'am, it's nothing.
Did you get in a fight?
It was my fault.
Haidar, please, you can tell me what happened to you.
I just can't, Mrs. Haktan.
Listen, if you have a problem, or someone is forcing you to do something against your will, stand up for yourself. You have to fight for your rights. You can't expect someone else to stand up for you if you don't stand up for yourself. Always hold your head up high when you're right. Don't be afraid. Don't be scared. Be brave.
I told you the truth, Mrs. Haktan.
Suit yourself.
You made a big mistake.
So this is the address?
Yeah. It said it was a wood shop, but there's a restaurant here?
Hello, how are you doing?
Hello, come on in. How can I help you?
We're looking for a wood shop, and the address given to us said it would be here.
It was here until 2 years ago when I rented this place and opened up a restaurant.
Where did the previous owner go?
The owner of the wood shop, Ragip, opened up a place in Izmit. We keep in touch once in a while.
Do you have his new address?
Yes, I do. By the way, if you don't mind me asking, why are you looking for him?
I'm a police officer. I'd like to ask him some questions.
Okay, I'll go get you his address.
you sleeping yet?
I'm just thinking that this world is created and covered with unlimited beauty. But like anything else in this world, those beautiful things are temporary. I feel something inside me, a feeling, an understanding. My belief is permanent. It's like, even if life ends within me, I know some part of me will go on. I feel this in my heart.
Nihal.
Don't be sad, Mother. I'm smiling. Please, I want you to smile.
I'm glad you found Shahin's brother. I hope he knows something that can help us.
I'm praying with all my heart that he does, Sevgi. I'll have to leave early in the morning.
I'll be thinking of you, and I'll be waiting for some good news.
Let's hope so.
If Ragip knows anything, that'll shorten our investigation. And if we're lucky, we could find Nesibe a lot sooner than we'd hoped.
If God is willing, I'll be waiting to hear from you.
Please, don't ever feel sad for me. Don't look at me like this is the worst thing ever. Deal? I won't talk to anyone who's looking sad.
We're here for you, Nihal.
We only want you to be okay.
If you're okay, then we're okay. We love you.
We love you, Nihal.
You know something? I feel very peaceful. It's like I'm traveling. My path doesn't take me towards darkness. On the contrary, I'm traveling from where all the beautiful things were to where all the beautiful things last forever.
Hello, how are you?
Fine, thanks, and you?
We're looking for Ragip.
Ragip is over there.
Thank you. Excuse me, Ragip?
May I help you?
Did you bring the money?
Get your hands off me. I told you I don't...
You better think twice. Bring the money at the next break.
If you have a problem, or someone is forcing you to do something against your will, stand up for yourself. You have to fight for your rights. You can't expect someone else to stand up for you if you don't stand up for yourself. Always hold your head up high when you're right. Don't be afraid. Don't be scared. Be brave.
Mrs. Haktan,
Yes, dear.
there's something I have to tell you.
Of course. What is it?
What are you guys talking about?
Take your seats. Ali,
Yes, Mrs. Haktan?
the principal is waiting for you. The rest of you start on the next chapter until I return.
What do you think happened? I don't know. What's up? Do you know what happened?
My brother was always a troublemaker. Our father died because of him. He stabbed someone, and my father's heart couldn't handle it. I denounced him from being my brother. We were half-brothers, same father, different mothers.
While Shahin was in a nursing home, you went to visit him?
That's right. I visited him once. A friend of his told me my brother was in a bad condition, and I felt sorry and I went to see him. We had a long talk that day. We told each other about our lives. We talked about a lot of things, and we made our peace.
Did we ask you to come here?
No, ma'am, you didn't, but I wanted to. I'm also complaining about those two.
All right, come over here.
Did he ever mention anything about a little girl?
A girl? No, he didn't mention a girl.
Listen, I'm looking for my daughter. Please try to remember.
I swear to you, he didn't ever mention anything about a girl. Yeah, I got a daughter, too. You know, years ago, I do remember seeing a little girl with Cheyenne.
Tell me, is that the girl? Is that her?
I don't know. It was years ago. It could be her. I asked him many times, but he said she was an orphan.
Then what happened?
He let her go. He told me he gave her to some people.
What people?
He didn't give me a name. He said he gave her to a rich family.
We know that much already. We need more information than that.
I can't recall.
You have to try to remember.
There was a family Cheyenne was friendly with. He was working as a collection agent for them. That must be the family who took the girl. Who else?
Dear God. Do you know that family?
Of course I know them. They live in Istanbul, but I don't know if they live at the same address. They lived in a villa. The husband died, but I think the wife is still alive.
She is. I need the address of that family now. I'm sorry.
It's your daughter. I understand your urgency. I'll get you the address.
How could the two of you force other students to give you money? Aren't you aware that what you did can get you expelled from school? This isn't just a reason to get expelled. More importantly, this is a crime. Come in, Lieutenant.
Hello. How are you?
Police, man.
These are the two students we told you about, the ones who were stealing from their friends.
You boys are in trouble. You gotta go downtown with me.
But we...
Mrs. Haktan.
Sorry, there's nothing I can do to help you.
How long will they be in jail?
18 years mandatory.
But we're sorry.
That doesn't change the fact that you committed a crime.
But please, we'll never do it again. Mrs. Haktan, forgive us. We didn't know any better.
What do you think about that?
I don't know.
This is a serious crime. These two boys belong in jail.
We'll never do it again.
We're really sorry.
Maybe we should give them a second chance?
I don't know. Lieutenant, what do you think?
There's only one way. They have to pay back the money they took.
And they'll apologize to their friends one by one?
All right. For now, I won't take you downtown. But I won't go so easy on you next time. Don't forget that. Excuse me.
Your punishment will be decided by the disciplinary board. And you can be sure that I will keep a close eye on your behavior.
We'll be good, really.
We promise. We'll set a very good example for everyone at school. Really.
You two are excused.
This is the house.
Yes, according to the address here.